The cars we drive, our smartphones and tablets we just can't seem to put down, and even the buildings where we work. Behind it all, science, technology, engineering, and math. Fields of study together known as STEM. More and more educators are encouraging students to explore the STEM fields from a young age to become the next generation of innovators. Naperville News Extra's Kevin Maychek has that story.
What you're seeing is the carbon dioxide is forming an acid in there and it's neutralizing the base.
Fermilab's recent Wonders of Science show had children as young as 7 bursting with excitement. As 3 educators, including a former Naperville North teacher, spent an hour demonstrating various experiments.
You never know what's going to spark, as you saw on the show, their interest in science. Something like this can set a kid on the road to a scientific career. He says, that is so neat.
Schools nationwide are pushing for more science-based curriculum at all grade levels from elementary to high school, as well as the other STEM fields, technology, engineering, and math, to help better prepare students for future success in the workforce. In fact, the U.S. Department of Commerce estimates that the number of STEM jobs is expected to grow by 17% by 2018.
We know we live in a world now, much more global economy that requires different skill sets, different tools, and the ability to understand different resources, to think critically, to problem solve, to communicate and to collaborate. And a lot of those skills are things that students can pick up in STEM-related classes.
Many STEM classes revolve around the idea of robotics, like the 4th graders at Highlands Elementary School who have engineered robots to navigate a maze.
You can program the robot to do certain things, make it go forward, turn, and do different things.
They have to go through a lot of calibrations. They have to measure using centimeters. They have to measure with degrees. They have to problem solve how this robot will be able to go a certain distance, but they have to show that by doing some math.
Using an iPad, students then videotape their partners explaining how they arrived at their results. Once students move on from elementary school to junior high, they can choose to participate in a program called Project Lead the Way, a nationally renowned pre-engineering curriculum for middle schoolers. As part of the program, 8th graders at Kennedy Junior High School take robotics a step further, building more complicated VEX vehicles and studying their gear ratios, like what one would find in an actual automobile.
We're basically working on like a rear wheel drive of a car, and if one wheel were to get stuck in a ditch or something, and how the other wheel would still function without that other wheel.
They're learning most of all right now how we transfer force and change the direction of force, magnify or decrease force. That's all done through gearing.
With technology evolving at such a high rate, educators say it's more important now than ever that kids start exploring potential STEM-related jobs far before they enter the workforce. Jobs like information technology, construction, computer-aided drafting, architectural design, biotechnology, aerospace, and even manufacturing.
We have lost much of our manufacturing to other countries. Not all of it. There are plenty of American companies, but we need people to fuel that, and we're not producing enough engineering savvy people to fill the jobs that we actually have.
Another big area for STEM-related jobs, the automotive industry. Like their Kennedy Junior High peers, Crone Middle School's STEM Club is jump-starting a possible career in that field.
Get set, go!
Designing and racing an electric car as part of Argonne National Laboratory's annual Middle School Science Bowl.
Individuals in this challenge may go on to be
engineers in the transportation industry. They could go on and be actual scientists looking at maybe fuel combustion and how to better be more efficient in the fuels of the car. They could think about batteries, so they're working with batteries. Argonne is doing a lot of research on batteries, so kids could get really excited about kind of being a battery or an energy engineer, an energy scientist.
Car 16, Crone! The Crone team took home a second-place trophy, but more valuable than the hardware is what they've learned in the process.
You're learning like team building skills, leadership, a lot about engineering, how to build stuff, like working with stuff, gear ratios, all that.
STEM, why I think it is important is because we learn more than one way of doing a thing. We have many aspects of learning and looking at one solution or problem.
Moving forward, both Naperville school districts will be offering additional STEM-related opportunities. Starting next year, District 203 will host a STEM night for students and parents.
It's an opportunity for us to bring in business partners that are in the STEM field to provide a hands-on environment where our kids can have some STEM-related activities. They can create things they can take home with them that hopefully get them excited.
Over in District 204, select students will have in-depth instruction in hands-on labs at a new STEM school now under construction at Aurora University. 3rd through 8th graders in 3 school districts, including 204, will attend the John C. Dunham STEM Partnership School when its doors open in the fall. The director says the idea came about in 2007 when taking a look at the education system of our country as a whole.
What we were seeing is that national scores of our students were flatlining. We weren't gaining in subject areas, especially math and science. And we were also looking at international studies, which showed our students falling further behind their international counterparts.
So the new school was created to bridge that gap. 25 different businesses are also partnering to help fund the school and help write the curriculum.
The STEM fields drive our nation's innovation and competitiveness by generating new ideas, new industries, new companies even.
Only time will tell what's in store for STEM-related industries.
I think one of the big messages of STEM nowadays is we don't know what kind of jobs are coming because the whole world is changing so fast, and it really is being driven by technological change. I don't know if we're preparing them for a specific job. Obviously, engineering is important. It's the economic engine that drives our country. Innovation, being excited, thinking creatively drives our country.
But at this rate, it appears to have a bright future. I'm Kevin Maychek for Naperville News Extra.